Hello everyone, this is Dr. Garima Shrivastava and today I'm going to talk about benefit of fenugreek seeds in COVID-19. This is our very first video from a new series which we are going to launch, and the series is about Indian herbs and spices and how they boost your immunity to tackle infections from different pathogens or bacterial biological agents basically. So yeah, you are going to get introduced with various spices in future. In this video particularly, I'm going to talk about fenugreek seed. So let's go. Fenugreek seed, if I talk about its botanical name, it's Trigonella foenum graecum. But in India, locally we know it as methi, and we call it as magical Indian herb. Why? Because this small little yellow pods, these seeds are responsible for curing many diseases, which I will talk about later in this presentation. What is fenugreek? It's a unique herb. It's a unique herb that has long been used in alternative medicine. Based on the available evidences, fenugreek has benefits of lowering blood sugar levels, boosting testosterone, and increasing milk production in breastfeeding mothers. Fenugreek is a plant, as you can see in this slide. It's a plant that stands around 2 to 3 feet tall, and it has green leaves, small white or yellow color flowers, and pods that are the actual fenugreek, and this plant belongs to Fabaceae family. It's one of the most promising traditional medicinal plant cultivated widely in India. Its leaf and seeds have been extensively used as medicine, spice, and vegetable in various pharmaceutical, nutraceutical, and functional food industries. Researchers have investigated multifaceted therapeutic benefits of fenugreek seeds against a variety of ailments, including diabetes, cancer, hyperlipidemia, inflammation, neurotoxicity, hepatotoxicity, ulcers, wound, bacterial and fungal infection, weakness, and edema of the legs. So, list is endless. See, this is why we call this this spice or this herb as magical Indian herb. But I would also like to emphasize here that the part that is most useful or is used mostly for the medicinal purpose is the pods, the yellow seeds that you are seeing here in this slide, for different for the treatment of different diseases. Now we come to the nutritional facts. Since now it has become household spice and also thickening agent, as a thickening agent, it has been used in different industries. It is important to know about its nutritional value and how much and how to consume it, right? So in general, if you see, a tablespoon of whole fenugreek seed contains around 35 calories and several nutrients like fiber 3 grams, protein 3 grams, carbohydrate 6 grams, fat, which is saturated fat, is about 1 gram. Then iron is there, which 1 tablespoon of fenugreek seed gives you 20% of the daily value of the iron. Then magnesium is there. So fenugreek is an ingredient in many supplements. Since formulations differ, the recommended dose depends on the supplement. There is no single recommended dose, to be honest. Additionally, the doses may vary depending on the benefit you seek. So, for example, if I talk about testosterone-based research, they use only 500 milligram of fenugreek extract. But in other research areas, it has used around 1,000 to 200 milligram, 2,000 milligrams, sorry. And If you're using the whole seed, doses of around 2 to 5 grams seems effective, but it varies from study to study. And supplements should generally be taken before or with a meal. Since this herb aids blood sugar control, it may be best to take it with your highest carb meal of the day, right? Now, as the title explains, that I'm going to talk about fenugreek seeds and diabetes and then COVID-19 and how it is all related. So if you see here, in a 10-day treatment with the 3 doses of 1000 milligram fenugreek seeds on a daily basis, the patient has improved a lot. The GIR increased, and then the immunological tests, they also showed promising results, and the correlation of MCH and lipid levels was also encouraging. So fenugreek seed actually works in the control of blood sugar level. Now, how it works is the question. Fenugreek seeds are rich in soluble fibers, which may help to lower the blood glucose level through delayed gastric emptying and slowed carbohydrate absorption. The amino acid contained in the seeds may also directly stimulate insulin secretion and reduce insulin resistance. Fenugreek may also increase the number of insulin receptors in RBCs and improve glucose utilization in peripheral tissues. As already mentioned, the usual dose of fenugreek seeds is about 5 to 30 gram with each meal, or 15 to 90 gram all at once at one meal. Let's know a little more. So if I talk about diabetes, especially in type 2 diabetes, adding fenugreek seeds to a meal decreases the increase in blood glucose after the meal. The problem of diabetes is that once you take your meal, your sugar level just shoots up. So if you are adding fenugreek seed to a meal, it decreases the sharp and instant increase in the blood sugar level. See? Then fenugreek seeds showed improved blood glucose control and insulin functions with regular intake. It shows it reduces the fasting blood glucose in both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. And heart diseases are also common in diabetes. So if you are taking fenugreek seeds, it promotes heart health also and helps in lowering blood cholesterol level. There has been several studies and several publications that proves that fenugreek seeds are helpful in controlling the blood sugar level in diabetic patients. But if I talk about one specific study, there were clinical trials conducted in 2002 by a group of researchers. They brought to light like how healthy individuals who took fenugreek seeds registered a 13.4% reduction in blood glucose level 4 hours after meal. So this is a result of one dose, one dose with one meal, and the blood glucose level was reduced to 13.4%. So if you are taking, say, for 3 times, 50%, approximately 50% of your blood glucose level can be controlled by the methi or the fenugreek seeds, and it's a very, very good and promising result. So, and also, there are several reports that confirms that the fenugreek seeds are not only, beneficial for diabetic patients. It's important, and it's as valuable for non-diabetics as well. So there are several like numbers of reports you can find to confirm this data. So how diabetes and COVID-19 is related? I'm sure you all must know that there are some underlying diseases which makes people prone to COVID-19. Age factors are there, but there are some clinical diseases also, and diabetes is one of them. And if you combine diabetes with age of 60 plus, it becomes a very dangerous situation. It makes a very dangerous situation for the patient. So there has been several reports, but I'm referring here this report from Lee et al. And they reported that the people who controlled their blood glucose level quite well, their survival rate was 98.9%, even after the contraction with coronavirus. And people who poorly controlled their blood glucose level, 11% of death were reported in such cases where the patient was diabetic and was contracted with COVID-19. The people with diabetes appear to be at increased risk of having a more severe COVID-19 infection, though evidence quantifying the increased risk is highly uncertain but consistently being reported. So this can be and probably is the underlying problem with the increased number of deaths reported in COVID-19 patients. So if we try to make a correlation between diabetes, COVID-19 and fenugreek seeds, you see the diabetic patients are more prone to COVID-19 infection. And if you are taking fenugreek seeds, you are going to control your blood sugar level. So it's all relatable, you know. By consuming fenugreek seeds, you can control your diabetes, and then you are more safe. You are safer uh, than the one than with the people who are having diabetes. You know, there will be less chances of getting contracted corona. There are many underlying medical conditions which are responsible for uh, making you in a risk group of COVID-19. For example, chronic kidney diseases, then chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, then weak immune system because of some solid organ transplant, obesity, you know, where your BMI is 30 plus, then serious heart condition, sickle cell disease, and one of these diseases is type 2 diabetes mellitus. And unfortunately, people with diabetes mellitus have poor heart health too. So controlling diabetes is also important to keep your heart healthy. Now, fenugreek seed has, as I already mentioned in my previous slide, has been reported to, uh, helping in controlling the blood sugar level. So uh, it's all related. You know, if you are taking fenugreek seeds, you are controlling your diabetes, and then you are uh, making yourself safe from the coronavirus infection. I would also like to mention here by referring this slide that there are pre-existing medical conditions and patients who had these conditions, how coronavirus affected them. So if you see the cardiovascular disease, the first reason and the first medical condition that makes the death rate high. So 10.5% of the patients who died by coronavirus were confirmed having cardiovascular diseases later on. And at the second number, diabetes comes. So because diabetes and cardiovascular diseases have some link, if I connect these two, there are approximately 18% of the people who die because of coronavirus have either diabetes or cardiovascular diseases. So if you are taking fenugreek leaves or fenugreek seeds, it's going to protect you from coronavirus infection. It's certainly going to protect you from coronavirus infection. So this is a very taste-inducing picture here, as you can see. Now, enough of talk about corona and diabetes. Let's talk about some tasty dishes. So now that you understand the effect of fenugreek for diabetes, you may be thinking of ways how to incorporate it in your diet. instead of explaining this picture, as you can see, let me explain here that you can soak the seeds overnight and take the seed and water, or you can crush the seeds and have the powder, or you can mix the seeds with some sweetener and make some laddus. I mean, these round structures which you see here, we call it laddu. These are desserts basically. You can leave the methi leaves in your salads, or you can mix the methi with the bread and make parathas. So still, I would like to give you some insight. Add defatted methi seed flour to your whole wheat flour and make these parathas. Soak methi seeds overnight and have it the following day with a glass of water, as you see there. Then you can have fresh methi leaves when they are in season. You can have it as a vegetable sabzi, or add it in your flours, different flours, and can make different types of breads. Add a dash of kasuri methi to your curries and dals. And also, fenugreek supplements are available at stores. You can easily get them. But if you are taking fenugreek more than the recommended dose, it is always better, and it's a practice of caution that you should consult a doctor to determine an appropriate doses. Though not many major side effects has been reported, but yes, if you are taking it above the recommended dose, it's highly advisable to go and take advice from your doctor. Okay. So that's all. We will talk about some other Indian herb and how it can improve your immunity in our future slides or future presentation. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.